Alright, hey guys, so I recently added cichlids to my 38-gallon aquarium, and I have to say, so far, I love these little guys. I, so far, am in love with these cute little cichlids, and they seem to be amazing fish. They're really young right now, they're really small, so they're not super aggressive, so that's amazing. But I do think I need to get a few more rocks in there, so that's exactly what I'm talking about today. So I'm going to be showing you the steps I take when getting rocks clean and prepared for my aquarium. So the rocks I have today were collected outside but away from any bodies of water, which it's basically the same thing if you find rocks in water, but you're going to be adding a little extra step to that, which I'll talk about in a minute. So to start off, I'm just going to show you and take you through what I do when I collect a rock in nature that's not wet and how I prepare it for this aquarium. So to start off, here's just one of the smaller ones. An example is just rinse it in tap water to begin with. That'll get most of the mud, any kind of dirt off. So once your rocks have been rinsed, the first thing you're going to want to go ahead and do is take normal vinegar right here, just white distilled vinegar, and just take a tiny little bit and just go ahead and pour it into the cap on the vinegar thing, and then just take a tiny little bit of vinegar and just place it on the rock, which I'll do in a minute. And if it fizzes, you don't want to use that rock because it could change your water parameters. But if it does not fizz, you're good to go, and you can move on to the next step. So let's go ahead and do that first. So I went ahead and put some vinegar on these rocks, all three of them, and none of them fizz, so that means we are ready to go on to step 2, which is basically taking a brush, just like this, no soap, just a brush and hot tap water, and soaking/scrubbing the rocks. I like to spend about 2 to 5 minutes, depending on the size, on each rock, really scrubbing them clean, getting anything off, just making sure they're clean. And once they're clean of all dirt, we can go on to the next step. Alright, so I went ahead and washed all 3 of my rocks here. And this is normally where, if your rocks were collected dry in the sun all day, just you've collected them away from a water source, this is where I'm going to stop, because I think they're clean enough. They don't need to be sanitized if they've been in the sun for the past week, months, years. But if you found them, say, in a lake, in a river, underwater, there's a little extra precaution I like to do. So what I do is I'll take the rock, do all the steps I mentioned before, and then instead of putting them directly into your tank after you've cleaned them, I like to go ahead and dip them and leave them in there for about 5 to 10 minutes in a bleach water solution, which basically go to the dollar store. That's the bleach I use. It's $1 and it's non-concentrated, has no smells. Don't get lemon bleach, don't get lavender bleach, just plain bleach. I like to use 1 cup of bleach per 10 cups of water, and that's normally what I use to kind of sanitize my plastic aquarium plants. But you can really get away with that, or if you just want to guess, just fill up your kitchen sink full of water, dump some bleach in it, set the rocks in there. That's what I did with these rocks, because these were collected underwater, these 2. So that's what I went ahead and did with there, and I had no issues. Just make sure once you've done soaking them in bleach, rinse them super good, fill the sink back up with water, dump a whole bunch of aquarium dechlorinator in there. Then once you've rinsed them, soaked them in bleach, dechlorinated them, set them out in the sun for about an hour, and then I go ahead and introduce them into the aquarium. Just make sure that most important step is to rinse them extremely well and soak them in dechlorinator. Once you've done that, you're basically ready to add them to your aquarium. As I mentioned, I'm not bleaching these because they weren't near water, so they can't bring in any pathogens like snails or disease. So now that's pretty much it. Go ahead and place them in the aquarium any way you want. Alright, and that's it. I have the 3 new rocks in. As you can see, my little striped cichlid, I keep forgetting what he's called, kind of already claimed this area as his territory. He's chasing any fish out of it that try to go in it. You know, kind of knew that would happen. That's why there's enough territories for all of them, as long as one of them doesn't claim that entire section. But that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. If you found my rambling on about my instructions a little bit confusing, just go ahead and check down below in the description. I'll have all of it written out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.